in addition to the other hotels that are to come. Before many of the housing developments were built. So now we have a problem where the existing old infrastructure cannot carry the demand. You need a government who can manage the economy, who can get the money to do this big project, to bring the water from Montego Bay and Great River to supply all the Northwestern parishes. Because some people have a little water supply here, like Bamboo, and another little one here, and another little one here. That is not going to do it. So this government has developed the Northwestern Parishes Water Supply and Reliability Project. Over $200 million of upgrades, pipeline replacement, pumping station repairs that will ensure that the northern parishes, Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, parts of Westmoreland, will have sufficient water to carry the population that live in them and to supply the 4 million plus tourists that are coming to visit our shores. No other government has spent on water what we are spending. So when you go back home and your children ask you, so Papa, what you get? You tell them, I support the government that is going to bring water into our homes. I support the government that is going to fix the road that pass my gate. I support the government that brings down crime, and I am proud that I take my Sunday evening off and go and listen to my leader educate us and give us information. So, my laborites, as I close, I want to tell you one thing. Hope well. I love it if you come. We fix the market there, but I know that you have other challenges there. I know that the traffic is a problem. And therefore, we are going to build a bypass around Oakville. We have looked at the alignment and we are satisfied that we have a good alignment. But not only are we going to build a bypass, the existing road, we are going to do some work on it, to widen it and give it a slight realignment. And we're going to put a small urban center in Hopewell, because right around Hopewell, you have a pretty decent population. So we're going to invest in Hopewell to make it a decent town. Right now, just a one street, no, but we're going to fix it up because we want our people to have proper urban spaces where they can go and shop and conduct their business in ease and comfort. So, my laborites, my Jamaicans, my family members, a lot is happening for your government. We have achieved a lot, but we cannot keep our achievements under action. We want you to go out there now in confidence, with courage, with faith, and talk to your friends and your neighbors and get them to choose Jamaica. You have a choice. They have a choice. Some people can use that choice based upon only emotions and no reason. Some people can vote over stupidness. However, you are the conscious people. You are the reasonable people. You are the rational people. You are the people who care for Jamaica. You are the people who work for Jamaica. And you are the people who build Jamaica. And so I encourage you, choose Jamaica. God bless you. Encourage them. Point out to them that the Jamaica of today is not the Jamaica of 10 years ago. The JCF of today is more equipped, better led, better strategy, better communication equipment, better investigation. We're putting up a state-of-the-art forensic suite. So anybody who believes that they can commit a crime in Jamaica and believe they're going to get away with it or escape, they have made a mistake. We have changed the risk-reward function in crime. Right now, there is more risk to being a criminal than getting any reward. Can't say anybody that one.
Big tune. Yeah.
This administration, so when you go home to your children and them ask you, tell them, I work for the political organization that has brought down crime in Jamaica when others thought it was not possible, and I am proud that I support it. Now I know that roads are a major concern. Major concern. I don't think anybody has toured Jamaica like I have. There's scarcely a place in Jamaica that I have not been. Nobody has walked off as many Clark shoes as I have. Nobody. Nobody has shaken as many hands as I have. Amazing. And the biggest complaint is roads. The road infrastructure in Jamaica is not in the state that we would want. And I want you to know that I hear all the complaints and we have a program in place to address it. I want to say a few things on that, however, because it's important that you understand this. I want you to listen to me carefully, including my friends on the outside. I want you to pay attention to it. Roads have a lifespan. Some people believe that when you build a road, it will last forever. No. A road will last between 7 and 15 years, depending on how well built it is. Them said the old time road used to last long. That may be true, but the old time road never used to carry as much traffic and the heavy load. And secondly, the old time road never have as much water running off onto them. Now, without question, there are issues about how we design and build roads. But if you take that out of the equation, The truth is that most of our roads that we have built, they are past their useful life, and they were not maintained. Some of these roads were built in the 60s, 50s, 70s. So these roads are well past their useful life. The asphalt on it deteriorated. The subbase water compromising. Now, how it should work is that when you build a road, after you build it, you're supposed to set aside some money to maintain it. So if a little crack happen on the road, you patch it. If a little pothole happen, you patch it. If you notice that water running down it, you put in a little drain. That is what's supposed to happen. But because the PNP destroyed the economy in the 70s, there was no maintenance of the roads. They come back again for 18 and a half years into the 90s and the 2000s, mash up the economy, no maintenance on the road. So you have no infrastructure. So you have now what is called aged infrastructure, old road, old water supply system, old bridge that were not maintained. It is this administration that has come and fixed the economy. And so now we have some revenues. And for the first time in our history, we are going to take $40 billion. $40 billion and spend on roads right across Jamaica. Every constituency, will get between 8 and 10 roads. And this is not patching now. This is proper rehabilitation. Proper surfacing with drains, sometimes that we put in retaining wall. We took another decision that it don't make sense. We repair the road and we don't put in the pipe. So we allocate another $5 billion to put in pipe. So for road is $45 billion in this constituency. The Top Hill Road has begun. That is under the Spark program. Upcoming, you have Bamboo, Old Pen to Chigwell. That will begin soon. Mount Peter to Golden Grove. Claremont, number 1 Central to Zion. And many more roads that are now programmed to be delivered to you. We have already repaired the Hopewell to Capone Castle. So more work to be done on that. We have completed the Shetwood Main Road. And of course, we did some patching on the Great River to Kew. So I don't want it to fall for this argument that nothing now go on. That's not true. A lot of things are going on in Jamaica with road. However, we are the realists and we are truthful and we are the first to admit that there is much more to be done. So I did stop me at a luncheon I had yesterday, and she was telling me about a road in Minister Bartlett's constituency. I hope she is listening to me. I happen to know that that road is on Minister Bartlett's Spark program. So I was reassuring her. But she said to me, "Me not vote. If the road not fixed, me not vote." And I said to her, reflect on that statement of it is better to vote for your road than not to vote. If you want your road fixed, vote for it to be fixed. And if you have to vote, vote for the political organization that have shown the wherewithal. Why you to learn this word here? It's called wherewithal, meaning the ability to actually do something. So you, as the voter, must look at what has been done. Spark $45 billion. This administration, since we have been in power, we have spent over $50 billion on roads, not to mention all the highways that we are building, almost $300 million of highways, US dollars of highways. So don't follow this foolishness about nothing now go on. Nothing's happened, and more things to happen, because we are the government that can make it work. We are the government that makes things happen. Vote for your road. Vote for the government that can fix your road. Choose the government that can fix your road. Then, the other big concern in a parish like this is water. Last year, there was a big problem with the water supply. Major drought. Some of the water systems had big problems. One in Shetwood and others. Your big water supply is the Great River. That water system was built between the 60s and the 70s.